If you are building a career in hospitality, there is one piece of technology that is going to be absolutely crucial for your success. Today, we're going to dive into how artificial intelligence is completely reshaping the high stakes, high energy world of group and event sales. Hello, everyone, and a very special welcome to all the students from the Europe Hotel School. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm an expert in hospitality AI, and my goal today is really simple. I want to show you that this technology isn't some far-off, complicated idea. No, it's a very real, very practical tool that you'll be using to build an amazing career. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at the big challenges in group sales. Then we'll talk about the modern need for speed and why it's so critical. We'll introduce the AI solution, get into the nitty-gritty of how AI wins business, and finally, what this all means for the future. So let's start at the beginning, understanding the problem AI is here to solve. Right. Before we can really appreciate the solution, we have to understand the problem. The world of hotel groups and events, it's not just high stakes financially. For years, it has been incredibly complex to manage. Let's dig into why that is. Think about it for a second. When a proposal for a big event comes in, it's not just one thing. It's this dizzying puzzle of interconnected pieces. You've got guest rooms, sure, but you also have meeting spaces, really complex catering menus, and very specific tech requirements. Trying to juggle all of that manually, it's a huge, huge undertaking. And this is what that juggling act used to look like. An RFP, a request for proposal, hits the inbox. A salesperson then has to literally walk around or send a dozen emails, checking with rooms, then with catering, crunching numbers, waiting for a manager's sign-off, and only then can they finally draft and send a proposal. The whole thing could easily take days, not hours, days. But here's the thing. In today's market, days might as well be a lifetime. The entire industry has been forced to change because of one single critical factor: the absolute, undeniable need for speed. And this right here is the golden rule. In a competitive market, the first hotel that gets a solid, comprehensive proposal into an event planner's hands, well, they set the standard. They anchor the conversation. Being first isn't just a small advantage. A lot of the time, it's the only thing that matters between winning and losing a huge piece of business. So you've got this massive complexity on one hand, and this incredible need for speed on the other. How do you solve for both? Well, this is where AI enters the story. And I'm not talking about some sci-fi concept. This is a practical solution that is changing how hotels operate right now. And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The old way was a slow, manual process where it was easy to make a mistake. The new way, it's all about AI-powered automation. Responses that took days are now evaluated instantly. And maybe most importantly, we're moving from guesswork to decisions backed by actual hard data. And this isn't just theoretical. This whole shift is being driven by some really powerful, real-world platforms. You're going to encounter these in your career, so I want you to remember these names. Two of the biggest players pushing this forward are Cvent and Delphi AI. Okay, so let's pop the hood. How do these AI platforms actually work? How do they turn all this data into a real competitive advantage that helps hotels win more business? Let's start with Cvent. The best way to think about it is as a super intelligent filter for your inbox. As soon as an RFP arrives, the AI instantly gets to work, evaluating the quality of that request and figuring out how valuable it could be for your hotel. Because here is a key insight. Not all business is good business. The AI immediately checks the event dates against your hotel's demand calendar. Is the planner asking for your busiest weekend of the year for a low-profit meeting? The AI is going to flag that. But on the flip side, if an event perfectly fills a quiet midweek gap, the AI tells the sales team, hey, go after this one, and go after it aggressively. It makes sure your team is focused only on the most profitable opportunities. Now, Dolphin AI, well, it takes this analysis to a whole other level. It doesn't just evaluate the opportunity in front of you. It uses years and years of your hotel's own historical data to predict the future. Specifically, it predicts the chances that you will actually win that piece of business. Just imagine this for a second. What if you could tell your sales team with a pretty high degree of certainty that they have an 80% chance of closing a deal before they even spend a minute writing the proposal? That is the incredible power of predictive AI. And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? The AI can look at past data and see a pattern. It can say, for this type of conference, a response in under 4 hours gives us an 80% chance to win. But if we take 2 days to send that exact same proposal, our chance of winning plummets to 40%. This kind of data turns speed from just a nice idea into a precise revenue-driving strategy. But wait, there's more. The AI's intelligence doesn't just stop at speed. It totally redefines how we think about pricing by calculating something called ancillary revenue. This is all the other money a group spends. For instance, the AI knows that a big tech conference might not spend much at the bar, but they'll spend a fortune on audio-visual rentals. By calculating the total potential spend, you can offer a much smarter, more competitive price on the rooms. It is a complete game changer. And this value keeps on giving, even after the contract is signed. The AI helps operations optimize how they use event spaces. It can forecast demand for services, right down to how many gallons of coffee you're going to need for the morning break. This incredible precision helps reduce food waste, it lowers costs, and most importantly, it means a smoother, better-on event for the client. So when you put all of this together, it leads us here. The integration of AI isn't just a small upgrade, it marks a fundamental shift. It's creating a new, much more efficient era for hospitality professionals, for people just like you. This table really gives you that powerful before and after snapshot. Response time, it goes from days to minutes. RFP evaluation, it goes from subjective guesswork to data-driven prioritization. Pricing, we move away from flat fees to holistic, optimized strategies. It is a total, top-to-bottom transformation. So, let's bring it back. What does all this mean for your career? Well, it's simple. Understanding and being able to use this technology is what will set you apart as a leader. It's going to give you the tools to drive real profitability, to empower your teams with data they can trust, and to build that unbreakable bond with clients by delivering a flawless experience every single time. And here it is. This is the ultimate business case. By using AI to remove all that friction, all that manual work from the sales process, hotels can handle a much higher volume of business and grow their profits without having to proportionally grow their staff. It is the very definition of working smarter, not harder. So, as you continue on your learning journey, I want to leave you with this question to think about. The tools are here, and they are incredibly powerful. The question is no longer if data will be a part of our industry. The real question is how will you, as a future leader, use that data to drive your teams and your properties to a whole new level of success?